What's ripening YouTube? So I'm going to answer one of my viewer questions today, and that was, what are my favorite ground covers to use around my mango trees? So in this grove, well actually that grove way over there where my mango orchard is, the main ground cover that we established originally was sweet potatoes. We had them there for about 2 or 3 years. We did not harvest all the potatoes, and so they grew back annually. And eventually the weevil got into them and mostly destroyed them. There was a couple of varieties that kept kind of trucking along, but we still have sweet potato kind of right now. It's kind of popping up out of the grass. This is it right here. It's still around. It's actually been replaced in a lot of cases by Wedelia, which is also known as Singapore daisy. This has a little yellow flower, grows about, I think it can get up to about knee high, and it was already here when I bought the property, and it's what really wants to be here, Singapore daisy. The issue with that one is that it's really hard to manage. So if it gets into your beds, it's going to be there unless you want to hand pick it out. So if you're trying to cultivate low growing crops, Wedelia is going to give you a lot of problems. So I would try to free that area of the Wedelia, or not try to grow things like pineapples in that area. Here's another one. I don't know what this is called. This right here. It's a something I got from a friend of mine in Fort Myers, and it's a really cool little low-growing succulent shrub, or not shrub, but ground cover. It only gets about 1 foot tall, super dense, really pretty easy to propagate. You just pull a wad up like this and you see all the roots on there. We keep some of these in the nursery for when people ask for it, or on a installation, sometimes we'll just bring clumps of it and we'll sew it in. It doesn't always take, but generally it usually does. It's a nice little ground cover. I don't know what it's called. I think it's related to one of the plants known as wandering Jew, but I don't know if that's the correct or appropriate term. Another one that we've used quite a bit is the longevity spinach. Here it is right here. This is actually an edible. So this is, for the permaculture purist that wants to have everything edible or useful and everything has 10,000 functions, this is a good one. Obviously the greens are edible. It grows a little sprawly. Usually if you tip it back, it'll bush out better. In this case, I have it growing with that previous ground cover kind of in the same bed, because I'm letting that establish in a lot of areas. But you can see it kind of runs amok through here. Those are probably the ones that I use for like a perennial system, meaning that they last more than just one season. When we're establishing new beds, a lot of times we'll use cowpea or jack bean as that initial ground cover, and we'll follow it up with one of these to fill in. Another one that we've used, well, let's just walk over there and I'll show you real quick. Another one that we've used sometimes on purpose and sometimes not on purpose is right here. It's called ground cherry, and let's see, where is it? Where's ground cherry? Here it is, coming back. So we weeded out a lot of this. This has has these rhizomial kind of runners. You see that root? It has these runners, so this will run all over the place. This is related to tomatillo. It's got a lot of different names. Goldenberry. This is or Chinese lantern. This is more of a wild type, but there are good cultivated types that you could grow as a low growing shrub or ground cover. One that we're using a lot of now is this one right here. This is probably my new favorite. It's called the Panadol plant, and the Panadol is a Plectranthus. It's related to Cuban oregano and the toilet paper plant, which is Plectranthus barbatus. I don't know what the actual Latin term for this one is. What I like about it is that it's a low growing, dense ground cover. And it does have that same strong herbaceous smell, which tends to repel the rodents. So if you want a low growing ground cover that repels rodents, Panadol is where it's at. We do have that on our website occasionally. If you reach out to me, I can make it available because we have it. We just don't always have it posted on the website. Let's go check out another one that we have that's more of a volunteer. Actually, it's coming up right here, and that's these cherry tomatoes. Basically, they pretty much come up anywhere that my chickens have ever been. The chickens are some of our best gardeners. I'll show you where the densest planting of it is, right over here. Somewhere. More Panadol in there. Yeah, see this stuff. It's pretty sprawly and kind of bushy, and it doesn't last forever, but it really does dominate the ground. There is absolutely no weeds in here. This is all, as far as you can see, for the most part, that's cherry tomatoes. Let's see if we can pick some. Let's see. So, edibles, cherry tomato, definitely a winner. My kids absolutely love these. They like to come out in the afternoons and pick these. But those are probably some of my favorite ground covers in an orchard setting. If you have rodent problem, I would probably go with that Panadol. It's really easy to propagate once you have it. You just need to get a start of it, and then you're set. So hopefully that answered your question. We'll see you next time.